Hello and welcome to this presentation of Consciousness Ascending. My name is Benny Ferguson. At the conclusion of this presentation, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Not only do these support us in growing our presence, but each expression you make of how you are inspired by the information further solidifies the shifts within you. Also, feel free to share this material to your channels and to anyone you believe will benefit. It helps tremendously as we explode toward being a global resource to humanity. Ideal specifications. Conscious creators, one of the challenges that most of you face is not having placed your intentions or not having given your intentions ideal specifications, meaning that you're not clear. Because for when you are clear, when there's clarity, when there is ideal specification, you are laser focused, if you will. You are laser focused on a specific thing. Think about how if you could see your attention, if you could see the gaze that comes from your eyes and you were focused on one thing for a period of time, say a rock or the flame of a candle or anything material that you might place in front of you, and you are just focusing your gaze, focusing your attention and the gaze of your eyes on that single thing for a period of time. What would happen? What do you imagine would happen? What would happen is that you would lose sight of everything else. Everything in your peripheral would fall away. And your attention, your focus would be on that single item, to the point where all of your mental energy would be on that single item. And again, everything in your peripheral, not just physically, but mentally, would fall away. And the attention, the energies that are focused on that single item would become so piercing, would become so powerful, that you would actually be fueling that thing. You would be sending piercing, laser-like focused energy to that thing, and inside of you to the idea of that thing. For your mental, your emotional, all capacities are focused singularly on that specific item. Now, this potential, this capacity is not something new. This is something that you have done throughout your lifetime very, very, very often. You just do not realize it, and you definitely do not realize the power in it, the power that it wields when it comes to your ability to create life experiences. For in truth, the truth of it first starts mentally and emotionally. For when you are desiring to create an idea and bring it into material form, that focus and that attention is a mental focus. It is a mental attention, but it's difficult to hold your attention mentally on a vague idea. Sure, you can say, I would love to have a good time, and that be the case. You can say, I would love to have a great experience. I would love to have a beautiful meal at this restaurant, or I would love to create a beautiful meal at home tonight, and it would become a manifest reality. But we are speaking of specific things that you desire, like a job, like a career or business, like a relationship, ideas that you have contrast for. And if you have contrast, you can create specificity. You can get clear from that contrast, and that is what we suggest. Any idea that you desire to bring into material manifestation, get as clear as you can, and continue to get as clear as you can as you focus on that thing, that idea. If it's a car that you desire, how clear can you get? The type of tires, the size of the rims, the color, inside and outside, all of the amenities, all of the different items inside that you desire, the type of sound system, the type of material for the seating, everything that you can narrow it down to is what you want to do. It's clear and specific. In relationships, the same thing. You have contrast. If you have lived life on your plane of existence, you have contrast to what relationships are and can be, and you can be specific or gain a level of clarity based on that contrast. It could be a home. It could be a job. It can be a business idea. How clear can you get? How clear can you get on all of the things that are necessary for it to be a successful endeavor, from your team to your employees to your leadership team, if you will, the type of products that you will offer, the experience that you will create for your customers or your clients. Get as clear as you can. Who and what are your clients? What are their desires? What are their pains? What are their struggles? What solutions, what answers do you have to those pains, to those struggles? And how will you deliver those solutions, those answers? Get as clear as you can. And that clarity, in turn, creates a clear, specific, laser-like focus on the thing and all of the details that you can imagine, that you can establish. And in this, you're given a clear signal to the universe, a clear signal into the ethers of that which you are desiring. And that level of clarity and the focus that ensues from that level of clarity is powerful. It creates a high level of power and strength in the manifesting of an experience, in the manifesting of an event, in the manifesting of a thing. You have to understand that. Clarity, very important. The focus on that which you are clear on, very important. That is the fuel of creation. You're channeling the creative power that flows within you into a specific, highly specific, detailed idea. And in so doing, we also suggest that you do not burden yourself with the necessity of that which you desire to manifest. For you understand the idea of vibration, you understand the idea of frequency, you understand that you are expressing an idea and that you can express an idea or its absence. When you are in the mode of needing something, needing it to a high degree, to a high regard, then it's most likely that at your center, at your core, you are offering the idea and energy of its absence. And that is why the need, the necessity is so high. That is why it's so difficult for most of you to move into the space of being able to express abundance and wealth in your finances, because you have lived a life of the absence of it. You've lived a life expressing, or having been conditioned to the expressing of the presence of not enough. And it's very challenging to release the need, for you have your bills coming in, you have your obligations coming in, and you feel like you need it, and it keeps presenting itself physically that it is needed. But the feeling of the need of something, the necessity of something, is exactly what contradicts the flow. You've heard the saying that the less you need something, the more it flows. The less something is needed, the bigger it flows, the faster the river flows of that idea. And it's the same thing with everything. This is the truth. So that is why we suggest that you release the need of the materialization, no matter what it is. Know that you are okay without it. Know that you are taken care of. Know that you are source, and that all things are existing now, and that you are playing on this plane of existence. You are playing with the idea of creation, and that it's a beautiful thing. And if you know for certain that you have established an idea in energy, then you should know for certain that it will come into physically manifest form if you allow it, if you do not resist it, if you are not in conflict with it. And the best way to not be in conflict with it is to not need it. to not need it. Because if you don't need a thing, if you have plenty of juice in your refrigerator and you want to play with the idea of creation and you say, okay, I'm going to manifest some juice. It's going to manifest for me without me having to pay for it. It's just going to manifest for me. It's going to manifest in my experience. And I see myself enjoying the strawberry juice. But I don't need it because I have 4 or 5 bottles in the refrigerator now. I don't need it, but I intend to manifest it. In that state of being, do you see how you feel? Because you have it already. Do you see how you feel? You don't feel any obligation. You don't feel any pressure. There's no weight. And therefore the materialization of that thing will happen quickly. Number one, because you are not obligated for it. You do not need it. Number two, you probably forget it. And in your forgetting, you are not offering it resistance. And you probably won't even remember that you intended it until later because you do not need it. And yet it flowed effortlessly. And if you were to hold your attention on that idea, it would continue to flow and it would continue to expand and get bigger and bigger and bigger in your experience because you're not offering resistance. This is how everything works. Your need is what conflicts with the materialization of that which you are desiring. Your need for relationship, your need for money, your need for a job. All of these things you're actually expressing the absence, a belief in the absence of a thing, which is why you need it so much. In order to truly affect creation, then you must let that go. But there's things that and that's why we say that those things that you need to understand beforehand. Understand that you're a source. Understand that the energy game is first. Understand that once an idea exists in energy, it will materialize as long as you do not stand in resistance to it. All of these truths continue to be truths. And if you can get yourself in the mental, in the emotional space, the vibrational space for long enough to see the materialization occur, the game is forever changed for you as an individual. For now you understand the creative process and you are able to operate the creative process in every way, with every experience, in every area of life, knowing that in energy there is no big or small. There's no difference between $1 and $1 million. There's no difference between a parent relationship and an intimate relationship. There's no difference between a struggling business and a successful business. There's no difference. But wherever you find yourself on the spectrum, we are excited for you. For this information is powerful, critical. These are truths by which your life is governed, in whichever direction you point the flow of creation. Now, wherever you find yourself, once again, we're here for you. But again, wherever you find yourself on the spectrum, we are here for you and we will stand in support of you in whatever you need and whatever you ask. And if you would like to accelerate the process, make no mistake, the Ascension Accelerator is a powerful place for you to engage in a private community in which we are in contact with these individuals on a consistent basis, a frequent basis, supporting them with the tools, with the accountability, with the conversations and the interactions that accelerate their growth and expansion, their ability to create and become a powerful, conscious creator, one who wields the light of creation, the light of source, as they walk physically on their plane of existence. We are thankful, grateful for the opportunity to share. We're thankful for the vessel. We're thankful for each of you offering fertile ground for these transmissions. We're here for you from our now non-physical perspective, offering that which we know to be true, offering that which we know will transform your life. We honor you. We celebrate you, and we love you. We love you. We love you. Thank you. If you have watched this transmission to the end, we know you are one who is on the path of conscious growth and expansion. So we want to make sure you are aware of the opportunity we call the Ascension Accelerator. The Ascension Accelerator is a private community where individuals just like you from around the world are being supported to break free of the frustration and confusion, and not to grow incrementally, but to accelerate the process of their individual growth and expansion and realizing their true power in Source. Check the description for how to get more information on this private community and how to schedule your free Ascension session.